I chose to come to Bank Street for graduate school because there is a great amount of respect that is given to new teachers, to be thinking about their students as human beings, as whole people, and how to care for them emotionally and academically. There's an incredible advisement program. My advisor came to observe me teaching in the classroom faithfully once every month, and right after that observation of a lesson that I've been teaching, we would be able to talk very specifically about the choices I made in that lesson, where do I see it going next, and how to move forward from there. And I think that one-on-one individualized attention each month was just so instrumental in helping me to become a thoughtful and reflective teacher.
Conference group is a weekly meeting of 6 or 7 student interns or assistant teachers with their advisor, who's a professor at the school and has taught in the past and kind of leads the conversation around our experiences as new teachers. When I first heard about the advisory group, I was told that it was kind of one of the centerpiece components of a Bank Street education, and I thought, sure, I'm sure they have it everywhere and that's what they all say. And now that I've talked to other people in graduate schools of education throughout the country, I found out it is quite unique.
My experience as a graduate student at Bank Street has definitely changed me, and I think just made me a more complete and whole learner. All of my classes in the graduate school have been really small classes where the professor really just makes it a conversational atmosphere where we're really bouncing ideas and thoughts off of each other. It is a very closely knit community that really cares about each other. So it's been really easy for me to get my questions answered and feel like I'm important and I'm cared about in this program.
I'd gone to a college that was a very big place with many people in every classroom, and I wanted to be at Bank Street where I knew it was going to be smaller classes with instructors who were right there with you and listening to you. They knew so much about what they were teaching, and then seeing us in a sense as the next wave, going out and bringing that kind of passion into the classrooms.
Growing up, it was pretty traditional education, chairs and rows, listening to the teacher. And I knew that Bank Street was committed to a different style. I think the child-centered approach is about looking at the child as a complex being. There's an academic side, there's a social emotional side, there's a physical side. And in order for a child to be really successful and to learn, you have to be sensitive to all those different aspects, giving kids a chance to shine, to bring out the best in themselves. That to me is the best indication that I have that the child-centered approach is working in our classroom.
I have learned so much about myself as a learner in addition to how to teach children as learners.
Once you get into the 2nd or 3rd week of a course, students and student teachers get really fired up about, say, Hal Melnick's math course and the different games you can create and the different ways you can learn how students learn multiplication. They don't all learn multiplication the way we learn it. They don't all think about multiplication the way we learned it.
I think there is an expectation to think about not just the content you teach, but how you're going to deliver that content, how you are going to help children bring their own experience to these new topics that they're encountering. And that's something that does require more work, but the authenticity of the learning that you can witness with your children is so magical.
Having been a graduate student at Bank Street was like coming home to me. It made sense to me. I felt that everything I was learning was going to make sense to children, and it felt like saying, aha, this is what learning is.